What is going on, guys? DBG here, and it's been a while since we have done anything on this channel. Obviously, a couple of busy days. I think the start of season 7 was the last time we did one of these. We only missed 1 week, and then last week was one of the situations where I'm not going to bring it up, but if anyone knows why I wasn't doing anything last weekend, there was a good reason. There was a good reason for that. So,
yeah.
thankfully all's good anyway, so we are back onto this. So anything up with you? The last time we were here you were hardcore into MLB.
I was. I mean, I'm still pretty hardcore into MLB, but I did, I have a bit of a reputation as a top offline grinder on 2K. So, I heard the word Spotlight Sims, and they're all triple threat games. So, they dragged me back in for that. I did eventually. I mean, I got them done pretty quickly. Probably took me like a day and a half. I had a little bit of help, but
Yeah, I grinded way kind of stupidly quickly for spotlights. Like, I was gonna do it all in one sitting.
Me no more.
I was gonna do it all in
the
one
last
sitting.
time when we did it for John Wall. We were like in Discord all the time. Like that was hell. Like barely sleeping. That one was rough.
Yeah, that was.
This one you really probably could have knocked out in a day if you were committed and you didn't lose that much.
Yeah, I think I had mine done. I got mine done like 5 hours after Ty had his done, which means like I had someone else playing on my account. I think I was 5 hours behind. No, I had the Bill Russell challenges to go 4 hours after Ty uploaded, so I was like 6 hours
Ty
behind.
got it done that quick?
Yeah, so obviously whoever, like the guy that was on my account was kind of struggling, but he was playing on current gen though.
Oh yeah, good luck.
Like,
Feel bad for anyone.
All I'm gonna say is, what the hell was Ty doing these challenges on current gen? I get it, he's 250k champ, but like, come on. Even for him, they were tricky.
Yeah, like there wasn't a lot that I struggled with on next gen side. Like there was a couple of ones that are probably a bit tougher. Like steals are kind of annoying to get on next gen. Assists are really annoying
Assists are
to get
impossible
on
to get on
next
next
gen.
gen.
The way the AI works.
Actually, no,
I
sorry.
mean, I did.
7 assists is fine. Anything more than 7 is impossible.
Well, for the 7 assists, I still just did pass and screen away and chucked up heavies. But like that 11 assists one is so hell because if you call the pick and roll, they just don't roll. They don't know how to, I guess. And they'll make you think they're gonna roll. They fake a little cut to the basket, then they'll just fade back out, and you're like, why?
I got warped outside the 3-point line on one of the shots. On point number 18. On next gen, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. Because like what I've been doing was I was running a pick and roll and I was taking one step inside it and shooting a fadeaway. So I was green. I was basically green all down with Dame. And then one of the shots, I step inside and he gets warped outside the 3-point line and I green it. And I'm like, I need a 2. That's only 10 assists.
The moment you think you're... Well, I mean, you can still let them come back into the game
can't.
so you can get that one. But not if you...
At 18.
If you had 21, and they were at 18, then no, you're kind of screwed. At that point, you just gotta hold the button and pray you get it very late. At that point, the moment I seen that challenge, I was like, I'm just doing this on current gen. I think I did it first try, just standing triangle cuts, but
it took me 17 tries overall. 10 tries on next.
Most of those challenges up until the last 11 aren't that bad. Like I would say win by 7 points with the 3 players from a team can be a bit annoying if you don't have that one player that you could just shoot with every possession. Because I think like for the Pelicans, I was using like free agent cards and stuff, and that one kind of sucked. I'm not gonna lie.
Can't even remember who
but
I
I
had.
seen like.
But like my tip video was the funniest, and it was like, make sure for all 30 of the NBA teams you have a chicken man.
Yeah, no, literally, like you just need that one card that you can get a bucket with.
Like there was a load of easy ones like Drazen Petrovic. I was using Drazen Petrovic for some of them. Timotei Luau Cabral. Basically, you need someone with gold range. Like for the Timberwolves, I used Fred Hoiberg. Like, it wasn't. You just need
I know who I
somebody
had
for
for
each
the
of the teams.
Timberwolves. Can't even remember.
I just
I
remember
kind of started zoning out eventually, and just powering through.
yeah, and there was a load of ones like Wesley Wade was. He carried me through whatever team he was.
See the? He's not the Pelicans, is he?
I think he was. He is Pelicans.
Okay, that's who I use for the Pelicans, and that's who
No, he's
carried.
Charlotte Hornets.
Or Hornets. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's so
Oh yeah,
confusing
because I
because
had
like
him and
the New
like
Orleans Hornets
LaMelo
players are the
and
Pelicans, but the Charlotte Hornets players are Charlotte Hornets, and they're the same team. Like 07 David Wesley. 07 when the New Orleans Hornets were in New Orleans, he's down as the Charlotte Hornets. But David West is the Pelicans playing for the same New Orleans Hornets team. Like what?
Are you talking about on the CPU side?
No. Like this David Wesley card is
just-
from the New Orleans Hornets.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
But his in game is the Charlotte Hornets, his team.
Yeah.
But like a bunch of guys like David West are from the New Orleans Hornets, but they're the Pelicans.
That's a bit weird, honestly. I didn't even notice that. It's not something I even.
I only
picked up
noticed
on.
that there because I saw him wearing what is without question a New Orleans Hornets jersey. I was like, that's why I said yeah, he's the Pelicans. And I clicked and I was like, he's definitely wearing a New Orleans Hornets jersey. Look, like you guys can't see it on screen right here. I'll drag it. I'll drag it on to screen right here for you guys to see. David Wesley. 07 David Wesley. Wearing a New Orleans Hornets jersey with Charlotte Hornets as his team. But
Look, I'm not complaining because I would have had LaMelo, but I needed that one Hornets player to go get me a bucket anyway. And that was the man. I remember everyone hyped him up when he came out. I think that was the first time I actually used him was in The Sims. I mean, I see why he was hyped because Wade base and all the key badges.
It's Wade on very quick, isn't it?
It was chicken. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he is Wade.
They need to drop a card like a point guard eligible card with it. Wade or 98 on very quick at some point.
They already have.
Ew.
Hal. Also, Dale, just a heads up, you're kind of very close into the thing, yeah.
Whoops.
Hal Greer.
Hal Greer. I mean, I have not used him. Not gonna lie, I haven't used a lot of those spotlight
I'm
sim
shocked.
cards.
Hal Greer is like a juiced up Juan Carlos Navarro.
Hold on, let me go look at him real quick. I didn't even look at any of the opals. I just seen Bill. Man had Ray Allen on very quick.
Have you not used any of the opals?
I don't think so. No. Not gonna
You're
lie.
missing out.
On Hal Greer. Hal Greer. Oh, yeah, he does have 98 on very quick.
Yeah, you're missing.
Dude's like the Hondo I've wanted for so long.
You're missing out if you have not used Chicken Man Michael Cooper or Jamal Crawford or Manu.
No, I've used Manu actually. I lied. I have used Manu because he had eczema on very quick. His jump shot looks a bit funky though, which kind of throws me off. The only thing I didn't like about him.
Yeah, I'm higher on I'm higher on Crawford than I am on Manu. I'm really high on that Crawford card.
Oh, let me look at him real quick. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I have not looked at any of the opals. Trey Burke very quick.
Yeah.
I mean, all these, like, you could literally have come into the game, like, the day Spotlight Sims came out and, like, have a legitimate team. If you can get through the Spotlights in one piece.
Yeah, I was about to say no one's getting through.
Yeah, I feel bad, Some people are probably really struggling, especially if they're stuck on current gen. Because I'm like, if people, like, I and you and myself and a bunch of other people are struggling trying to do these, like, failing challenges and stuff, like, it's not gonna be easy for just your regular player who plays a couple of hours a day or every few days.
Some of them are easy. Some of them are easy.
I would say like a lot of them open like a lot of them up until the last 11 aren't that bad. It's
No,
the last 11
the
that
one
really are that bad.
one is really grim. The three steals and one block. I don't know what one that is. There's three blocks and a steal one,
There's
which is
not
fine.
one steal, three blocks.
Oh, is that
I
it?
thought that's what
That's
it was.
doable. No,
I'd
I think
have
there's
to
one where it's like
double
three
check.
steals.
I can't even remember which team that was for.
Two steals with Jimmy Butler was
hold
tough.
on.
But if you're on current gen, the 8 rebounds with Worthy is the most difficult of all the challenges.
It's because they're not missing.
Yeah. You're playing, and even if they do
Well,
miss.
you could also do it on. The way people used to farm rebounds on current gen was you just call the pick and roll and then chuck up a very late after he swam around the player.
Yeah, but
That's one way you can
that
do
doesn't
it.
work when you have invincible Kevin Garnett and invincible Tim Duncan.
That is, oh yeah, because it's against three centers.
Yeah.
That's true. I forgot.
Like the
about that.
double double's fine because you can force a switch onto Steph Curry on James Worthy, and James Worthy out rebounds
Some of
Steph
the-
every time.
Some of the lineups in the last 11 challenges are hilarious. The getting the blocks one really annoyed me because it was against Wilt, Kareem, and Shaq. Your tallest player is Worthy. I'm like, how am I gonna get a block? I'm just getting put in the hoop
I got
every single
two in one
possession.
possession, two in the very first possession of the game.
Ironically, Jimmy Butler got me the blocks as well. It wasn't even Worthy.
Yeah. No, I got a block on, I think, was it Wilt? I got a block on first possession. And you know when you're going for blocks where it's really common in triple threat where you might get 4 blocks in one possession?
Yeah.
Where if they get an offensive rebound, they put up a really soft shot. I literally just got lucky on the first possession, got a block, and then the offensive rebound and got a second block. And it was like game over.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot wide open threes.
The double one was so annoying.
Oh, I got that
oh
straight
my
up. I got
God.
that first try. I got the blocks double first try. I got the Dame one like 6th try, but then I got it 3 times in a row afterwards.
33 games on the 100% from 3-1.
33.
Mm.
Oh man,
I'm
that's
saying I got a full bar every game.
I'm saying
That's all
that's
I'm
user
saying.
error. There's no.
Yeah, I'm saying, is it possible? Am I gonna say it's user error though? No, I got a full bar every game.
No, there's like levels.
Look,
If it
the
took you
thing
like
was, I
5
used
tries,
them-
you can maybe say that. No,
but
it's
I used them. Like I used them every game up until like I got James Worthy first, and then I got Dame. So I used Dame for every game after that, so I'd know his jump shot. And I refused. I was like, that's not user error, bro. I'm literally getting annihilated by full bars here. There was a lot of full bars though. Like I'm not gonna lie, there was a disgusting amount of them.
yeah.
It was always after like I'd make like the first 2, and then the third one. It was always the third one would just miss, and I was just like, oh my god.
There's
I think that was
I
was
wouldn't.
definitely the one that took me longest though. Like
I would definitely say rather than full bars that is more of choking. Missing if it's
Maybe.
always on the last one. If it's
I'm-
always
I'm-
on the
I'm
last
always
one,
gonna-
I'm calling choke.
But I'm always gonna say it's user error. Yeah, I'm not taking the blame for that. It was hell though. It was hell.
Yeah, I think I was messing around because on my like tutorial, one of my tutorial things, someone was like, "Oh yeah, how do you do this?" I was like, "Oh yeah, this is how you get open." And I did a first try, so I was like, "How are you getting that first try?" I was like, "Oh no, it took me like 6 tries to get it." And I went and did it again and got it 3 times in a row.
I mean, getting open for the shot wasn't the problem. I just, Curry slide. I'd be
Oh, I
open.
don't curry slide on next gen. Run a pick and roll and literally just use the left stick and walk them into the screen roll, and you're wide open. Curry slide
I
doesn't
mean, I
get you
didn't
open.
need that. I was getting open anyway. But I think a lot of people on next gen were struggling with the 2 steals with Jimmy Butler as well. I actually got that quite quickly though.
I got that
I think
game
that took
too.
me 2 games. Yeah. I
19
just
fouls.
switched the matchups and I put him on
Steph.
Curry.
I just spam square every possession. And if
Go ahead.
basically you spam square every possession, and then it would end up being a foul, and they'd inbound it from the halfway line. But if they're throwing it to Steph every time, and if Steph doesn't come up high, it's an automatic steal. I got one of my steals by that. And I know that's a really easy way to do it. Just spam, and I just spam square and was just hoping to get steals off that inbound passes.
I mean, that's a valid tactic. That's what I told most people to do, was just, spam the square button with them. But what I did, like, I would sit on them in, like, at like the half court line, and as Steph was bringing up the ball, I just try to like swipe across him, which is definitely a more viable tactic on current gen because the bump animations exist. Don't really work on next gen because they kind of just phase through your body.
Yeah.
Over and over again. I eventually got it though.
Yeah, next
patience.
gen might be. I think it's a weird one with next gen. It's so flawed, but I think it does more right than current gen. I don't think current gen does anything right. I literally don't think current gen does anything right. It's too hard to green. It's too easy to make whites.
I don't mind the size of the green window on current gen.
But every white goes in.
Whites go in way too much. Yeah, that's what I was about to get
I
to.
would much rather the green window go back to next gen or 2k20, where the green window's bigger and white window goes down.
Yeah, I mean, whites do not go in as high of a clip on next gen, that's for sure. Flick ups, on the other hand.
Oh, flick ups and half court heaves.
Might be the most consistent shot you can actually shoot on next gen. I don't know why either. It's so bizarre, but you just know at the end of a quarter, if someone's shooting a flick up, it's probably a 95% chance it's going in.
If someone accidentally shoots a half court shot, it's probably going in.
Seeing people with sharp take on triple threat online, not even like bring the ball up the court, they'll just inbound it and shoot, and it goes in, like, I'd probably say 3 out of 5 times.
In triple threat?
Probably a good bet. Yeah.
Oh, big time. Like, triple threat, like, I remember I played someone, and I needed to get, I think it was 7 dunks with Yao Ming or something. And I was literally on the mic, and I was like, look, let me get 7 dunks with Yao Ming. I will let you take the lead. So whatever. I got to my 14th point, and I let him shoot a wide open 3. So he went ahead of me, and I just chucked the full court shot to give it back to him. Score. He comes down and scores again. I chuck him another full court shot. Score. And I'm like, oh, sorry. I chuck him a final full court shot. Goes in. 3 in a row.
I mean, you should have been chucking them with Yao Ming. If you say you were, I don't believe it.
I wasn't chucking
that
them
way
with
he's making them. Yeah, that's who I would have chucked.
If you have sharp take, it's still going in 70% of the time, though.
Oh, 100%. No doubt about it. I've seen it with my own eyes many times. The worst part is I've seen it in Unlimited happen way too frequently.
Oh, who made it so that half court shots go in? Or full court heaves go in at like 40% clip?
That's why, like, I don't think I would be able to sweat Unlimited on next gen, because, like, you could just lose off something like that. That's out of your control. It's not really their fault either, because it's just the way the game plays, but it would just get me so mad. Like,
I like playing Unlimited for, like, certain videos. Like, if I'm just relaxing and I don't really care about winning, like, if it's like a best blank squad and I need to win, that's stressful. But if I'm just there playing for fun, I don't care if I win or lose, I'm using a budget squad, I'm using a theme team, I actually enjoy sitting back and playing next gen. It's the most I've enjoyed just, like, sitting down and relaxing playing 2K since, like, 19. Because, like, you had to sweat in 2K. You have to sweat in current gen. SBMM gameplay that is super sweat. Like, you can't relax on current gen.
100% no. That's how, like, that is one of the things I even enjoyed doing in 20, was just, like, getting a theme team and going into Unlimited. It just, because you don't really feel the need to sweat with them, because you're like, the team's probably not that, like, the teams can be good, obviously, but they're probably not, like, they're not going to compete with the God squads, like, because I was running, like, Raptors all-time team with, like, Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet against, like, in 20 when Giannis and LeBron were people's point guards, like, so I don't expect to win. I think, like, when you don't expect to win, you're just gonna have a lot more fun anyway, honestly.
Oh, but, like, without question, that's the case. It's just
that's one thing
I
that
don't enjoy sweating. I do not understand how the comp players do it. I do not understand how the comp players actually get enjoyment. Do you think they actually enjoy what they're
I
doing,
don't think they
or they're just
do.
hyper competitive people?
I think it's more the competitiveness thing, because I mean, seeing too many of them even complain about, the game as it is in its current state. Like, I think
Like,
it's very hard for anyone to load up this game and actually enjoy it unless you're just doing random things that are kind of fun, like going out using players you wouldn't normally use or whatever.
I mean,
But like,
I've enjoyed going out cooking people with Yuta, and that's about it.
bro, I was so annoyed, like, because you could probably build a solid team for the Raptors right now, but when I seen another Ray for Alston, I was so mad. I
I
was
don't
so
understand
mad.
why they gave Ray for Austin for the Raptors and not the Rockets. Like, he didn't do anything for the Raptors.
There's also not that, but we haven't had a Siakam since like Season of Giving. Like,
Yeah. I think they just. Do you want to know what my logic is? They were not bothered. They just saw, you know what, our very first Ray for Austin was the Raptors. So let's just say Ray for Austin was some Raptors legend. And not the fact that he was actually very good for the Magic and the Rockets. Was not particularly good for the Raptors. But yeah, both versions of him. We don't have a Magic version, we don't have a Rockets version, but we have a Raptors version of him.
yeah, when I think of Skip to my Lou, I think of the Rockets. That's the funny thing. Like,
Or even the
I can't
Magic,
even
where he was their
remember.
starting point guard getting to the finals. Not the Raptors.
Like, I can't even like. I mean, I wasn't like watching basketball religiously back then, but I do not even remember him in a Raptors jersey.
It's like Rafe. It's like Rafe LaFrance. I don't think we've ever gotten a Dallas Mavericks version of Rafe LaFrance.
What team is he usually on when they give us him?
I know he was more iconic for the Nuggets, but still, like, actually no, I'm wrong. He was better for the Nuggets. I don't know why I thought he was better in that. I thought he went. No, his best season was like he spent half season Nuggets and half season the Mavs, because it was kind of an iconic thing when he went to the Mavs, where it was like the Mavs signed him and they were like, "What's the point of getting a big man to match up with Shaq when we can get a shooter to play against Shaq?" Or say every other team was like getting big men to match up with Shaq, and he was like, "We only play Shaq like once a year. Why not get this shooter to pull Shaq out of the key?" And then he went from shooting 44% from three for Denver to shooting 30% for Dallas that season.
Yeah. Trying to think, is there anyone else who they gave us that I would have associated with a different team than what they gave us? I mean, I guess Starbury is kind of like would associate him with the Wolves, but I always think about him in the Nets jersey for whatever reason.
Um,
I don't even know if his best years were with the Nets. I don't even think they were.
were his best years not with the Suns?
Were they?
I think they were. I think right before New. His
Sure, it
most
wasn't with the
iconic period was the
Celtics.
Knicks. His most iconic period was on those awful Knicks teams.
Yeah, yeah. His best year was actually on the Celtics. Definitely wasn't.
What? Is that a joke?
Didn't he play for the?
Yeah,
Yeah,
after he
no,
left
it
the
is
Knicks.
100%.
I got his autograph. I went to a Celtics game when I was like 12 years
100%
old and
second.
went down with like my program. I got his autograph.
Did you have his shoes?
No, I would have loved to have got them.
Weren't they kind of controversial at the time, or am I
No.
imagining that?
No, it was like you wouldn't be caught dead wearing them in America. It's like where it's like going to buying shoes out of, what are they called? Payless shoes or priceless shoes?
You talking about in
In
Ireland?
Ireland, yeah.
Kind of know where you're talking about.
You know those like shoe shops where they sell like football runners for like €9, or it's like buying
Yeah.
Lidl or Aldi football boots, basketball boots.
Hmm.
That's almost what it was like wearing Starburys for $15. So I know I've heard stories like we had. It's one of like the first. It's one of the questions I always ask any of like the Americans that used to come over and play Super League. I was like, what was your opinion? What was your opinion on Starburys? I was like, oh man, you couldn't wear Starburys because they were so
Hey
cheap.
man, he just wanted the kids to have shoes.
Yeah. Oh, it was a
Bad
great thing.
shoes,
I would
though,
love
or like, was it just the fact that they were
$15.
that cheap?
Yeah. They were popular here amongst people that went to America because like it's a different attitude in Ireland. It's like, oh my god, these are great, these are so good, and they're only $15. Whereas in America, it's a lot more.
It's a psychological thing though
Yeah.
as well. Like people will always think like cheaper equals worse. I remember there was some jewelry store or something that literally proved it, and they had this piece of jewelry that they were trying to obviously sell, but no one was buying it because it was like whatever $80
They
or
raised the
something.
price.
And
Didn't
so
they?
they just rebranded it and raised it to like $500. It sold like the next day. It's just so bizarre.
Yeah, I never understood that. Like I used to love my favorite thing. Like if I was ever trying to buy like new shoes or anything, I would like my family's yearly trip to Kildare Village. I'd always buy a couple of pair of shoes there that were on like major sale in the Nike outlet. Um, I love nothing more than seeing a pair go for like from like €100 to like €20. That was always my
Oh
thing.
yeah, 100%. I wonder how much Starbury's resell for these days. Do they have any value now?
I don't know. I don't know. They might.
Highly doubt it. They weren't, like, in fairness, they weren't the most attractive shoes.
I mean, Starbury still
It's like-
exists. You mean like the original Starburys?
Yeah, like the OGs, the ones.
Oh,
that came out
Starbury sell the
very
holographic ball. Look up starbury.com.
first. Yeah, so they do.
I mean,
Wait, what,
their new
what's your
shoes,
thought on the
shoes they're selling right now are
holographic
pretty
ball?
bad. I like the
I'm
original
shocked.
Starburys. I thought looked all right. You know what? If it wasn't for the fact that I was going to pay import duty, I might buy it. I would buy a pair.
Just wait till you go to the States eventually again.
I'm probably
Sure,
not
it'll
going to go
happen.
States for a long time. I should have bought a pair when I was over there last time.
But what's your? Just because you brought up the holographic ball, what's your thoughts on the holographic ball in the game?
It just looks like the white basketball.
It's pretty underwhelming, isn't it?
Yeah.
They were talking about the mind-bending effects in the blog post and all this. It's just
I remember I was dribbling around with it, I'm like, this is just white. It's like this is the fun. This is the
Looks-
worst thing ever.
like I thought it'd be reflective or something, but no, it's like a silver ball with a couple of chameleon colors floating through it.
I might
And the
buy a pair.
fireball, don't even get me started on that. That is the most horrible thing. It was the same last year.
It's just off-putting, but I might buy a pair of Starburys just for the laws, like the original Starburys. The original Starburys.
I'm sure you can find them on eBay somewhere.
Yeah, that's where I'm looking. I might buy a pair. Of
I'm
these.
looking at the shoes they sell these days.
No, no, not one of them.
Pretty. Some interesting colorways as well, I will say. I didn't even know they were still going. I'm actually surprised, honestly.
I mean, they used to sell in a shop.
Is he still affiliated with them, or?
I mean, like Starbury is Starbury, Stefan Marbury. Like that's what it stands for. And their
No,
logo
but
is
like,
his signature.
it could be bought out at that point.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But they sell Bluetooth headphones and everything. Jeez,
Electronics.
getting.
Oh, they sell. What the hell is a USB
For
charging
9
bracelet? What the hell is that?
Does it even give a description? Hold on, I don't even think it does.
Wait, what?
Use your USB charging bracelet to charge or transfer data between your computer and iPhone or Android device.
What the hell does that do?
For the low price of $3.
Like, what does it mean by that? What does it actually
No
do?
idea.
I'm
Genuinely,
confused
I
about what it actually
genuinely
does.
don't know.
Oh, 5
Maybe
reviews, 3
you-
stars. Product is very stylish and durable. Been using it for 2 weeks, no issues. Very stylish perform. It doesn't work. Disappointed. I've ordered 3. Why would you order 3 of them? Why
Oh
would you
no!
order 3?
Apparently it charges your phone. I don't know. I guess you charge the bracelet
yeah.
and then you use that to charge your phone. Probably gives you like 5% battery or something
Yeah.
before it dies.
At the end of the day,
Can't
it's
imagine
$3.
it's very good.
It's $3. Like, look, how bad can things be?
It's a fashion statement.
Wireless speaker for $9 with Starbury's logo.
You know the quality of that.
Starbury power pack. $23.
You get the power.
Let's see, what's the power bank? How big is the power bank? You know what? If that power bank works, that's a steal. If you're getting me a 10,000 milliamp hour power bank, which has a screen on the front which tells you how much juice is left in it, for $9, I am telling you, that's the future of Starbury. Forget about the basketball shoes. That is a steal. As somebody who's tried to buy a power bank in Ireland for going on like trips, you're paying 40 quid for something like that in Ireland. It is stupidly expensive to buy them here. Starbury, set up in Ireland and just sell these. You will make 1,000,000 times more money, I'm telling you. I'm set up in Ireland and just sell them.
You'll be the middleman.
Just sell them.
If they need a middleman.
I'll sponsor you for free. If you want to give me a free power bank, because I don't want to spend 40 quid in a power bank. Like, that's just, I've spent 40 quid on dumber things.
That's not even for a 40 quid here. You generally you don't even get a good power bank.
No, I mean, I assume, like, I have to assume a Starbury branded electronics isn't the very good electronics, but still.
I'd love to know how long ago they started making this, because in the description it says compatible with, your usual suspects, but also they mention a PSP.
Okay, yes, that is correct. Compatible with tablets, mobile phones, MP3 players. There's still MP3 players, digital cameras, PSP.
There's no way anyone's still using a PSP. Maybe I'm wrong. I wish I still had mine for the nostalgia, but it is so long ago when the last PSP came out.
I mean, the Vita is old enough, isn't it? Is the Vita not like 7 or 8 years old at this stage?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And this description doesn't even mention the Vita, and that's newer.
I mean, it does have, though,
Vita,
either a USB Type-C or a Lightning cable. I'm not sure which is which. So it's recent enough with the cables on it.
Yeah, it does have a USB-C port. I don't think that's a Lightning port. I mean, they kind of look similar. Maybe I doubt it's like dual functioning between a USB-C and a Lightning cable.
Which, yeah, this is
Apple really needs to just
This
go
is
to
a very,
USB-C.
very interesting aside, looking at Stefan Marbury's Starbury brand.
I think you should buy it and just do a review on it. I reckon it lasts probably a couple of weeks. I feel like, and then it'll probably die.
I mean, if it lasts me one flight, it's worth that money for me.
This guy, it does support Lightning cables. This guy, April 29th, 2020, best portable power bank I own. I'm an Apple guy, and this is the only charger I can recharge with a Lightning cable. No need for another cable. I love it. There you go. Man said it's fantastic for $9.
$9. Okay, so maybe Stefan Marbury still has some sort of a future. Maybe not in the basketball shoe game, maybe in the electronics game.
It's disgustingly cheap though. Like, it's too cheap for me to trust it at that point.
It's not cheap. It's just cheap for Ireland. Like, when I was in England, I got a power bank, or not England. When I was in Wales, I got a power bank like 20,000 milliamp hour for like 20, and it worked for ages. I just lost it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in Ireland, you can't buy power banks anywhere except the like electronic shops, and they just charge ludicrous amounts of money.
Yeah, electronic shops here really are just crazy with the prices they try to sell things for.
Yeah,
it's genuinely disgusting.
Ireland is just everything in Ireland is just stupidly overpriced, and it's gotten even worse now because we can't buy stuff from England anymore.
But the wages are never going up to compensate, so we're all just gonna suffer.
No, our wages are lower, we pay more tax, and stuff is more expensive in England.
More expensive than most of Europe, honestly, unless you go to like major cities.
But sure, like in terms of cost of living,
expensive
is Dublin not the 5th most expensive in Europe or something? It's behind like London,
Yeah,
Moscow,
we are up
Zurich,
there.
Paris, and I think it's Dublin.
I didn't know Moscow was that expensive.
Yeah, Moscow's really expensive. Moscow, and then there's a few. I think there's a few in Switzerland that are really expensive as well.
Oh yeah, Switzerland. Like I know a girl who's from Switzerland, and it is pretty expensive, but they're paid more, I believe. Pretty sure
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. Ireland, Dublin is one of the like most difficult places to live in the world. Like our wages
Yeah, I
are
kind of
so.
wish I took learning a second language more serious in school, so I could just move.
I would. I have considered at times learning to speak Spanish and move to Spain.
I don't know where I would actually like to. Like Spain would be nice.
The sec,
Um,
the second most expensive city in the world in 2020 is in a country that I didn't think was a real country. Turkmenistan. Ashgabat in Turkmenistan.
that does what?
Like
That doesn't even make sense.
I'm normally good with my geography. Like I'll be the first to say this. I am in general very solid with geography. And apologize to anyone from Turkmenistan. Okay, it's beside Uzbekistan. I've never heard of that.
I'm trying to even fathom why place there would be
It's
so
huge.
expensive. Hey, but even if it's
How-
huge, like
I'm just
the
like-
fact that you've never even heard of it, I've never even heard of it.
But it's a weird one. I've heard of all the other countries. Like I've heard of Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iran. Like I've heard of all these countries, Azerbaijan. I've never heard of Turkmenistan. How is it just the one that I happen to have never heard of?
I'm actually looking at.
Then Zurich, obviously Switzerland.
now.
Hong Kong. Zurich is the most expensive in Europe. Well, it was in 2020. Where's Dublin?
I think we go by EU countries though.
Yeah.
Highest cost of living in Europe. We're definitely up there. 13th most expensive in Europe as of 2021.
2021. Okay, so we've gone down. We were higher than that. We were higher than that in 2020.
This isn't
No, we're
this
seventh.
isn't based on Europe
seventh.
though. Yeah, no, it was the
Yeah.
article I'm looking at is not based on Europe. It has Jersey number 1, Bermuda number 2, which is quite interesting. Switzerland, Norway, Iceland, Denmark, Luxembourg.
There's like
Luxembourg is fairly expensive.
the one I'm looking at has 4 cities in Switzerland that are more expensive: Reykjavik in Iceland, London, and then Dublin.
If you ever been to Iceland, it is crazily expensive.
Is it Dublin number 14 in the world?
You're
Number 14. Like we're behind San Fran, we're behind New York, behind wherever Mountain View, California is. Ahead of DC, ahead of like San Jose, ahead of New Jersey, ahead of LA. It is more expensive to live in Dublin than LA.
that just
lads,
says it all.
we're in a bit of a grim situation here.
Probably rather live in LA, and I don't even like LA.
No, Dale. Do you actually say with a straight face you'd rather live in LA than Dublin?
Yes,
No.
it's got better weather.
Have you been to LA?
Weather is a big factor.
I was like, you've been to LA, haven't you?
Yeah.
You? No way have you been to LA and say you'd rather live there in Dublin.
Not saying I particularly like the place, but no, if I could live somewhere where it's sunny year round,
Go to Madrid.
somehow the cost of living is cheaper. Yeah, but I can't speak Spanish. See, that's the problem. If I spoke Spanish, I wouldn't have an issue with moving to Spain. Spain's quite affordable as all things go.
Go to one of those Lanzarote or something. Live there. They all speak English. There's half of them there for tourism.
Yeah, but then if I go live there, I have to go be a club promoter or something.
Yeah,
Or live
that's
in
true.
like what's his name? Wayne Lineker, is that your man? Who has the club in Ibiza?
No idea.
Him? One of the Lineker brothers anyway.
Go to,
Yeah, that's
go
my
to
idea of hell.
Surely there's places that are hot in Canada, is there? Maybe not.
Vancouver, most of the year. It still gets a bit of a winter. It's just
Yeah.
not as bad. Just rains more.
I know there's
I
nice
think the
places.
summers in Canada are extremely hot. It's just
There's
you
a
get
lot of
like
nice places in
five,
Cali
six
though.
months of winter.
San Diego's
Yeah,
lovely.
there is.
San Diego's lovely. I just would not.
Haven't been.
LA, just no. Just no.
But you could be, if you were a true content creator, you'd move to LA, live out all your wildest dreams.
What do you mean wildest dreams?
I don't know.
If you've
It's just isn't that where a lot of them go these days? They go to LA or they go to Texas.
if you've
One or
ever,
the other.
if you were ever at any of these like big like social media events, what ends up happening at these events is you go to these events and like first of all, like everyone knows the stories. I get blackout drunk at 90% of these events. But the reason why I get blackout drunk at
Typical Irish man.
is this is what happens at these events. You go into the events, you walk in and you just see everyone just taking like videos and they're just taking pictures of themselves at the event to show that they're at the event. They're not actually doing anything at the event. They're just kind of either standing there with their small group of friends, talking to 1 to 2 people. There's no atmosphere at all. No one looks like they're having a good time. And then whatever the big music act is, everyone goes to the music act and just videos, not even listen to the music. They just video it, say, "Oh, I'm here. I'm at this event." But I'm pretty sure nobody's having a good time because I was sober at one of these. They had Travis Scott playing. There was all these NBA players everywhere, all these like A-list celebrities at this event in New York. Sure, I was like, basically, I was talking to D'Angelo Russell at one stage for a while. And like, I'm looking around, I'm like, I'm sober. I'm like, not one person here is having a good time. You have all of this big stuff and nobody's having a good time. So that's why at these events, I show up drunk to these events and I get more drunk. Because worst case scenario, no one comes out of these events thinking that guy didn't have a good time.
That's all that. Well, all that matters is that you had a good time.
Big time.
And like those kind of things are like I would hate any of those events. Like that's just not me.
They are the most.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like the first 1 to 2 of those events you go to are the best things ever. Like I went to one the very first one I went to was an NBA Live launch party or NBA Live like big party in 2017. I had like 20,000 subs, and like I spent like the whole day with like Chris, LSK, Zach, Jesser, like the likes of like Nick the Bulls fan, Kuda, Mike Corzemba. Like spent like the whole day with all of them. Went to this like big celeb A-list every party. De'Aaron Fox was there before he was in the NBA, and like for me, the first time was like the coolest thing I've ever been to. Like I came out of that event being like, I need to work hard. I need to make sure I'm getting invited to more of these. This is unbelievable. But like as the years went on, you get invited to more and more of these, and you realize you're like, nobody's actually having a good time. Let's just get drunk.
I just hate all that. Like I don't know what the right word is. Like anything that just people of influence are invited to. They're just like, I'm not saying I've partied with a lot of people of influence, but all those events where money's just thrown around like it's nothing. It's just like I just want to be in a dive bar or something. To be honest.
No, I will say, as dangerous as it is, open bar equals good. Open bar equals good.
Okay, I mean, like, yeah. I mean,
that's
free
not-
alcohol, I'm not gonna complain about.
Yeah, let's not
Ever.
let's not underestimate the power of the free bar.
It's just that the people you're around usually is more, it gives off the wrong vibes to me. But while we're on the topic of, LA content creators and all, have you heard about the TikTok, YouTube boxing matches? The big card.
When's that happening?
Let me double check. June 12th.
June 12th. I mean, it's.
But fancy making some predictions. Who you think's coming out on top?
Austin McBroom knock out Bryce Hall. I think
Austin McBroom's winning.
As much as I like Aneeson Gibb, I don't think he wins because he's actually fighting someone with experience.
Yeah, I say I hadn't heard of the other guy.
Deji's gonna knock out the other guy.
You think?
Yeah. None of them. No, I can guarantee you, none of them are taking it seriously, except for maybe the guy with experience, as the likes of Deji and Eason Gibbar, because they come from the KSI school of like they've seen what JJ did, like training for it like a professional fight. And I can guarantee you, an Eason Gibb is training like it's a professional fight, but it's just his opponent's probably better than him.
Dog and Nate Wyatt. I
don't know who either of them are.
Either of those. Yeah, no idea. I mean, yeah, I can't even make a prediction. FaZe Jarvis or Michael Late? Is FaZe Jarvis not the one who actually does have fighting experience? Am I thinking another one of the FaZe lads?
No, is that not FaZe Sensei?
Experience. Yeah, you're right. I knew there was one FaZe guy who.
FaZe Jarvis's only experience is with aimbot.
Yeah.
But
I've no idea who the other guy is. But
speaking of boxing, did you see Aiden Ross tweeting a fight with Flight?
Yeah, I doubt it's ever gonna happen.
But if it does happen, speaking it into existence.
Yeah, we all know DBG has a call out going.
I'd need
open invitation.
I'm in such bad shape though. I would need 6 months. I'd need 6 months, I reckon. Just to get
Did he
into.
even give a date of when he wanted the fight?
2022. 20. He said next year.
2020. Yeah, you'd have plenty of time then.
Yeah. So like, if Flight
let me
even
be in your corner, I'll be a cornerman.
If Flight even responds to Aiden Ross, I would 100%.
I think he did.
Did he?
I think he just tweeted back the laughing emojis and didn't say anything. Oh.
Even on the off chance that the speaking it into existence works. If I'm gonna have to start and get myself back in shape, because the last thing I want is for the speak into existence thing work and for me to be in the shape I'm in right now. That's either 30 seconds.
If that happens, I want to see Troydan on the card. Like Troydan's.
Who would Troydan like legitimately be able to fight? That would be a similar weight to him.
You need a name as big as him. I don't know how much he weighs. I don't know his height.
He's about 5. I'm a decent amount taller than him.
Troydan versus Cash.
That's what I mean. Cash is the only person that I would say it would be, in weight class and name would be similar level.
Yeah, I mean that's who came to my head straight away.
Yeah, because
I feel like Troydan could probably got a bit of pop to his punches.
Yeah, Cash is a big guy though. But again,
He's a big guy.
But a big bodybuilder muscle doesn't mean anything in terms of like boxing.
That is also very true.
Like, that means almost.
Just look at Butterbean. He used to knock out a bunch of people. He was definitely not a muscly guy.
That's why I'm holding out hope for the Henry fight, because I'm gonna look nowhere near the shape he is, no matter what, because he is in. I'm looking at his arms. His arms are too big to throw a punch. They're monstrous. No, like his arms are too big to throw a punch.
Just work the jab game, fight for points.
Yeah, I wonder what height Henry actually is, because there's no one's ever found out that.
Work on your footwork, like the Floyd Mayweather approach. Throw a few jabs and just weave your way around the ring for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what's gonna happen in that fight. I don't even know. Is that July or June? I have no idea.
Oh, the Mayweather and Logan fight. Yeah,
I seen that Jake Paul fella got like a tattoo of saying "got your hat" or something like. That kid.
I hate him, but he's so smart. He's so smart. He is playing a real life heel character better than anyone I've ever seen.
He's very good at making people hate him, which also keeps his name in their mouth.
Like you can tell he was a huge fan of like WWE growing up. Like you can tell by which fighters were fans of WWE. You can tell McGregor definitely grew up watching WWE.
100%. I think he makes it onto WWE for some appearance at some point. And I'll be like,
no,
be all in on it.
The actual wrestlers would beat the crap out of him.
I mean, Brock Lesnar, He was a UFC fighter too.
No, but I
Ronda
mean, he didn't
Rousey.
talk shit about them all. Non-stop.
Didn't Ronda Rousey say some bad words about wrestling before she ever joined?
No, it was only after she joined. It's only recently she said bad stuff about it. Being like, it's not real fight. And it was like, if this was a real fight, you wouldn't be able to fight 300 days a year.
But you mentioning that Jake Paul probably definitely watched it. I agree. But who would you think he was influenced by if you were to take his persona now compared to who he would have grown up watching? Because he's younger than me, so I'm trying to think of what era he'd have even grown up
Edge.
during. What age is he? I'm trying to think.
A mixture between Edge and The Miz. He's my age.
He's 4 years 4 years younger than me. He might have seen some of the Attitude Era.
No, he wouldn't have. He wouldn't have. He's too young.
Wasn't Logan Paul at WrestleMania?
Yeah. No, it would have been ruthless. Both of them would have been ruthless aggression. Both of them would have been the John Cena era.
That wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't the worst era though.
It's better than right now.
There's no Attitude Era. I mean,
nothing is the Attitude
I mean,
Era.
the storylines were better back in the day, but the actual athleticism's a lot better now, I'd say.
Yeah, but who
least
watches
from what I
wrestling
see.
for the athleticism? We want to watch the kennel in a cage match. There was a Nigerian drum fight with no drums this year. Who cares?
Well, that was literally just a street fight.
Yeah, there wasn't
all
even
that
any
was.
Nigerian drums.
Bring back the Punjabi prison, or we riot. Or at least bring back like a buried alive match. They haven't even done one of those in years. Probably not politically correct, I guess.
No, trying to think what's the worst. What's the worst matches? I mean, you couldn't bring back
Punjabi prisons up there.
Punjabi prison. Kennel in a cage has to be the worst. Where the dogs were meant to be like the problem, and you couldn't go outside, otherwise the dogs would attack you, and the dogs just run around in circles. The fight ended with people laughing at the dogs.
Is that the one that was between Big Boss Man and
I think it was
The
Al
other-
Snow,
who was
was
it?
it? Where they fed
Yeah,
when
yeah.
he fed his dog to him before.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Did you hear about the mummy match this time? The lumberjack match where the Miz got eaten by mummies. Or say not mummies, by zombies. The Miz got eaten by zombies.
Oh, wasn't I heard about that? That was like a promo for the.
It was a promo for Batista's new movie, but literally,
Yeah,
he got eaten by
Army of the
zombies.
Dead.
Oh,
Like who even considers writing this stuff? Like
it's Vince Russo all over again. TNA had the worst match stipulations ever. The reverse battle royal. You have to throw them into the ring.
that was horrible.
You have to get into the ring.
That was the stupidest idea I think I've ever heard. I mean, WWE's had its moments too. There was obviously the kennel in the cage, or there was like the hog pen match as well. They fought in like a pigsty.
Electric steel chair or electric steel cage for a TNA has to be up there.
Haven't seen it. Kind of want to see it though. That sounds hilarious. I would watch that.
Yeah.
Kind of miss old TNA. Old TNA was kind of lit.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
What about the House of Horrors match? Was pretty terrible too. Remember
Which one was that?
That wasn't even that long ago. It was Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton.
Oh, is that the one where Randy Orton walked out? Oh, no, that wasn't it. The WrestleMania one was hilarious, where Randy Orton walked out in a snake, which just looked like he just walked out on sperm. Have you not? Look it up. Look it up. Randy Orton WrestleMania entrance versus Bray Wyatt. All right, I'm bringing this up on screen right here.
I'm trying to find it. Was it WrestleMania 33 or what?
Yeah, like that is not a snake. It's meant to be a snake. That is not a snake. That is not. That is. Come on. Like,
No, I don't think it's this one. Oh, no, it is. But the camera angle doesn't help, and the way it actually moves along the ramp just makes it look 10 times worse.
But look, it is what it is. It is what it is. That's all I'm gonna say.
Good old WWE. But thoughts on James Wiseman and all the new cards that came out over Friday?
Wiseman's like the best card in the game. Have you seen the amount of like hate that I'm getting because I'm telling everybody Wiseman's the best card in the game? For telling everybody that.
His player build is just so good.
He's got the
Got that, like,
D-Raw
Kareem
player
model.
build, Curry slide,
Or
Curry base.
D-Rod, yeah. Yeah, that Curry base on a big man is so chicken. I don't think. I think Jacob was saying that you can't put those like jump shots on big men in like your my players anymore. I don't know what the threshold is for getting them, but I know a lot of big men in 20 used to use Curry base. I think even I used it on one of my bigs. I think that's so chicken, man.
Yeah, Curry is.
How much is he going for in the market? Because I've used them, but I don't know how much Jacob got them for.
James Wiseman. I can't afford and I can't afford Wiseman at the same time. I can afford him, but I can't afford like.
Is he over 300?
No, he's like 160.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I'll be shocked if he's like going for a crazy amount. Like at that point, like, I mean, if you can go and get Bill Russell too, like, great. But like, if you're struggling, just go get James Wiseman. But honestly, as far as a flash set goes, that was a pretty good flash set. As far as
It was one of the best content drops.
Usually.
It was one of the best content drops we've had all year.
DeAndre Jordan having blinders, just like they have to be trolling at this point.
Yeah. And
They
and he
have
also was
to
a
be.
40 post up and 40 post fadeaway. Like I'm literally like
That
around the
was
basket.
probably
Like, if
to
you do
keep
not
him at
dunk
a-
the ball with him, he will not score around the basket.
It was probably to keep him at a pink diamond, though, I'd imagine. It's like usually it's like shot IQ and like passing IQ and intangibles, but they're already down at the minimum, so they have to do something to get him down to that 97. I mean, on paper, he's like pretty good
Yeah.
card.
He's like DeAndre
Paul
Jordan's just
George
like
is
Wills.
going to do Paul George things. I haven't tried Chris Stapps, but I'm assuming on next gen he's probably Jesus.
He's not as good as Bobo in my opinion. I think Bobo's better. And then neither
I'm
of them are Wiseman.
surprised.
Neither of them are James Wiseman.
Wiseman's just.
Yeah.
They just love giving James Wiseman cracked cards.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Who's next?
I absolutely despise. There is nothing that I'm beginning to hate more than 2K forums. Because the sites where I have an account, they're out for my head. Like, they're legitimately out for my head. One of the comments that I got, and it was something like, oh, I need to find this here. Did he delete his comment? I think he deleted his comment. But he said something like, it's a joke that DBG has to go and just make or something like ruin the price of a card all for the sake of a video. I'm just like, so you're going berserk at me, tagging me in it for doing my job, and then when I jokingly replied, I was like, geez, I know this site's gotten toxic when they're when you're getting insulted for doing my job, and then being like, this site is not toxic. If you think this is toxic, this isn't toxic. I'm like, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Like, the fact that I get tagged every day in a post complaining about me, tagging me in it. I'm just like, dude, I don't want to read this. I don't want to come to these sites. I'm getting contacted by people on these sites being like, oh yeah, come to our forum. Why don't you use our forum? It's like, because I go to the forum and I'm just getting insulted. Why the hell would I use something where I go look at it every day to see people insulting me? People are going to me, why don't you use this? Why don't you interact here? Why don't you read comments? Why don't you read DMs? Because I don't want to interact. I don't want to see insults. I'm a human.
Was this about Wiseman?
Yeah. Like, Wiseman was never going to be cheap.
I mean, I wouldn't say 160 is that expensive though, all things considered either. I thought it would be way more. Honestly, like, I didn't think he'd break like the 300k barrier, but
No, he was
never
never.
really be that cheap.
No one, unless they bought him straight away, was paying 300k for him.
I think if you look at him on paper, you're gonna know that that card's not gonna be under 100k. Like, he has all the best animations, every badge you need, and an insane player model. Like,
Yeah, but it's the DB. It's my fault. According to all these sites, it's my fault. It's always my
you can
fault.
just say like that it's every content creator's fault at that point, because
Yeah,
I'm
but
pretty
it's
sure anyone who did a gameplay on him was gonna say that he is a top 5 card in the game,
yeah, but when in
probably
doubt,
top 3.
yeah, but when in doubt, blame DBG. And now they're starting to blame Ty as well. Like, oh, like that's one of the
I
most
used to
annoying
say
things. Is like
this back in
people
20 though.
constantly get at me. Like you see in my stream, people being like, "Why do you not read comments?" And I'm like, "You see my stream chat? Like you, like I'm just like looking. I'm like, okay, insult, 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 question, insult, 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 question. All right, let's answer the questions. Let's just ignore these insults.
I
I'm
used to
just
always say this in 20 though, because I think even you knew to some degree, like you were able to influence the market. Like if I was in that position, man, I'm Elon Musk and I am working the market to benefit me every Friday.
yeah, I don't
If I
care
had
enough
that
to do
influence.
that. Like I don't like using the expense
You
prices. I
have
like my
so
team.
much power.
I still have that. I don't want to use it. Like that's why I literally show myself selling the card before I finish a gameplay. I'm like, I'm selling this card. I'm selling it. Don't say I'm manipulating the market. I'm selling my card right now.
I'd be like the Jordan Belfort of 2K at that point.
I know a bunch of content creators have done that before. They'll make a playbook tutorial and then they'll buy all the playbooks. I know. I've for a fact. I know that that's happened.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I'm just. And the worst part about just all the things with all this crap is that like, I know 90% of the things are all positive, but the negative people are a lot louder. And it's like,
That's
it's like,
because a lot of it's like if you it's kind of like, the way I look at it is like, even when you're leaving reviews for a restaurant or whatever, a lot of people don't leave reviews if they've had a good experience.
yeah,
You know what I'm
big
saying?
time, big time. There's no,
Like if people want to be negative about something, like they're gonna spread the word far and wide.
yeah,
It's just how the internet works these days.
oh, big time. But there's like, I've realized it. I reply big time to like 80% of things. But one of the most frustrating things ever is now like, I can't even retweet anything anymore because I get reply because I got people with notifications on calling me trash. So it was like one of my friends got into a huge accident yesterday. So I was gonna retweet his GoFundMe, to like help out his family. But I realized I ended up quote tweeting it in the end because I realized if I retweeted it, imagine having to retweet that from somebody that doesn't know necessarily who I am. The GoFundMe. And all the replies are, "You're trash, DBG, you're trash, you're trash. Rate my team, this is my team." I'm just like, oh, okay, quote tweet, so they don't have to read that shit. Oh,
I was actually gonna say, like, it's either someone saying something negative, or
rate
the
my
other
team,
comments are just like, rate my team.
rate my team.
That's like like literally everyone who makes content in my team gets that though. Like if you just read the replies to their tweets, it's just like,
Yeah.
rate my team. I have X amount of MT. Who should I get? It's so funny.
I don't even mind that so much, but it's like,
I think I'm just gonna start turning notifications on for everyone that I know and just start commenting rate my team. I'm just gonna become one of those people now.
oh, but no, I'm just like, it's just one of those weird things where it's like, I think I've been doing it so long that I need to just like completely start to switch off all social media. And it's horrible because like it's my job and it's part of my job. But like just for sanity reasons, like switching off is such a good thing. Like reading a comment, there's no worse feeling than reading the comment section. Because most of the comments that are left are some form of,
Like even like, obviously I'm not really a content creator. I mean, I've dabbled in it with Twitch streaming and stuff, but like even before that, I avoid social media at like all costs unless absolutely necessary.
Oh,
Where I'll
definitely.
take like detox breaks, where I will literally uninstall apps for like a week from my phone, so I just don't have to deal with. There's just too much BS on them most
Yeah.
of the time, honestly.
Yeah, and I think
Like
for
the
me
amount of,
it's
if you went through my Twitter, the amount of people I have muted is actually shocking.
I've muted 80% of the 2K community. And
It's
I've
not even just 2K people, just like people in general. I just don't want to see what they have to say most of the time.
yeah, like and I think it's only been the last couple of weeks when like real life has started to take over. Like I'm even looking at myself in the screen right now. Like I look awful right now. Like I've got bags under
Mhm.
my eyes. I'm aging badly. I need to switch off soon. I need the
You
big
need a
time switch
holiday.
off. The
You
problem
need a
is that I can't
holiday
take a holiday. Where is there to go?
because you have to take your work with you.
I have to take my work with me, so it's like it's more stressful to go on a holiday. Like holidays are
Do
stressful for me.
an inner country holiday. What I'm doing in like 2 weeks
Yeah, if I end up leaving Dublin before August, I'll be happy.
for August. God,
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine. I've been dying to get out of this city for months.
I
That's
haven't
another thing. Even just like cities, I can't be in cities for too long. That bothers me too.
I
I
haven't
need
crossed
somewhere just quiet.
I haven't crossed the Liffey since July. I haven't crossed the Liffey since July. I have
I'm
not
actually
gone
probably not far off that either,
I haven't gone more
honestly.
than like 10 kilometers from my house in a year nearly. I went to Mayo once. Went to Mayo in July. And that's the last time I've left the north side of Dublin since like it's the only time since March
Said
2020 I've left Dublin.
whenever it was summer of last year when we were still allowed to go to restaurants and stuff would have been the last time I've even been close to the city center. I
Yeah.
can't even remember. That was probably June, July, I'd say, somewhere around then.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I was in the Mater Hospital a bunch, so
Hmm.
that was like May, June last year, and that's basically city centre.
That's like 5 minutes out of it.
And that's probably it. Like when I went, actually no, I got a train to and from Mayo, and that was it.
I actually haven't been to Mayo. I actually haven't been to a lot of counties in Ireland, which is kind of sad.
Really,
Is it really?
I've been to most. Well, my mom's from Mayo, so obviously I've been there. And basketball kind of
Mm,
sends you everywhere.
that is also true. No, I'd say I've been to less than 10, honestly.
You've been to less than 10 counties in Ireland. I'm trying to think.
Mm,
I don't think I've been to like Armagh, Fermanagh, but I'm trying to think of the Republic. Been to Donegal. I have family in Sligo. I have family in Mayo. Been to Galway for basketball a few times. Limerick for
off the
basketball.
top of
Have
my
family in
head,
Clare.
it would be
Offaly, Tullamore for athletics. Laois, been to Port Laois loads of times. Kilkenny basketball. Family in Waterford. Been Wexford. Almost everyone's been to Wexford. Basketball Carlow. Friends in Cavan. Spent a few nights there. Friends in Monaghan have been up there a few times. Kerry basketball, Cork basketball. Yeah,
interesting that you've been
I've been
to
to them all. I've
Monaghan
been to them
because
all.
when I say I've been to Monaghan, that's when people are like, "Why have you been to Monaghan?" It's just such a, there's not a whole lot going on there. Wait, is it Monaghan I'm thinking of? No, Roscommon. Roscommon. That's the one
Have I
I'm
been?
thinking of.
I
Not a lot going
have
on
been
in
to Roscommon.
Roscommon.
I've been to Roscommon. Spent a night in Leitrim as well. Yeah, I've been to them all. I forgot about Leitrim and
Spent the
Roscommon.
night. I spent a weekend in Leitrim because a friend of mine had like a cottage there. So I've been there, Roscommon, Meath,
Oh,
Tipperary,
I went to camping
Waterford.
to
Maybe it's slightly above town, Galway, Wexford,
Kerry, Cork.
Kenny. I haven't been to Cork.
You've never been to Cork.
Yeah,
You've never been to Cork, boy. You've never been to the People's Republic.
I've ne
Oh, I can't even do a
genuinely
Cork
haven't.
accent at all.
I've never ever been.
I've spent
I
so
don't
much.
know anyone there,
I spent
so
so much time around people from Cork. I used to be able to do good Cork accents. I spent because Cork's basketball's huge in Cork, and I used to go to a bunch of camps with a load of people from Cork. So spent so much time around Cork people.
I don't even think like. I'm sure there was someone in college who was from Cork, but not anyone I was close to. I do remember when I moved to Canada. We went to view the apartment that we eventually moved into. We opened the woman who's showing us around opens the door. The first thing we see on the wall is a big Cork flag. It's quite funny.
Uh,
We were definitely not the type to hang up flags of our counties in our apartment.
yeah, but people from Cork are those type. Like Cork's like its own separate country in the bottom of Ireland. Like it's its own separate country. It's pretty much its own separate language. Like
Oh yeah,
they are the People's Republic. They are the People's Republic of Cork for a reason. They're the People's Republic of Cork for a reason.
It was always drilled into my head, like, that it was never a nice place to visit when I was growing up as well. So that's probably part of why I never went.
I know Cork. If you're in basketball scenes in Ireland, Cork is the mecca. Cork is where you want to be. Like, I've had some.
I'm sure I'll eventually get
I
around
love-
to going there, but
If it wasn't for basketball, I'm not sure I would have ever gone out in Cork. But man, Cork is the best place to be if you're basketball. But yeah. So we've been about an hour. Considering how little we talked about 2K, it just shows we couldn't care less about 2K. I don't think either of us could.
honestly, I mean that's like part of when it's just us two without a guest. I think we're more liable to just talk about whatever that comes up. Like
Yeah,
it's kind of enjoyable too. Like
it's a lot more enjoyable. I don't think either of us enjoy 2K enough to talk about it for an hour at this stage.
talking about it for an hour is honestly difficult to do.
Yeah, difficult to do. Spotlight Sims, yeah, every single card is 99 everything now. Whoop-de-doo, they're all good.
That's also a problem now, is that the content is at the point where every card gets every badge and can do the same thing. So now it's just like an
Yeah.
animation. It's animations that are making cards better at this point.
Yep, and every card can now Pro 3 and Pro 2, so it's now just player built.
Yep. And like who has the best jump shot? But now they're giving people like Bill Russell, Ray Allen. So like it's gonna be obvious that probably get a base 98 Shaq or something coming soon. So
Yep,
it is what it
but
is.
yeah. So anyway, that is it, lads. That is the video. That is the podcast. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.